Oh no, yeah. Oh no, yeah. Okay. I was just posting the link on Facebook. Okay, that's done. Just closing Skype on my desktop. It wasn't a bit too dark in here. Like it needs 2 lamps or something. Might have to. I've got a lamp here, but it's a bit awkward to plug it in. And there's not a spare plug hole either. I'll sort it out for next week. Sunday, if I remember. So. Okay, cool. So welcome to the stream. I think I'm all done. Yeah. Yes. Welcome to the stream. So I do these streams twice a week. On Thursday 8:30 p.m. and on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. So you can join live at those times and ask questions live at those times. So to ask questions, you have to send messages or call me on Skype. And my Skype is my name, Rebekah Maroon. So just send questions on Skype. Or call me on Skype. And that's it, really. I tend to talk for about an hour on Thursdays, but it depends on questions I get. But roughly about an hour to an hour and a half, usually. And what I'm realizing is that the way I speak about non-duality is not so much intellectual. So if you're new to this subject and you have lots and lots of lots of mental questions around understanding this subject, then I would refer you on to a different kind of speaker. Yeah. There are many speakers, so there's lots of choice, and seemingly lots of choice, lots of different types of ways and characters speaking about this message. So, you know, yeah. So the end of the person, and therefore the end of the suffering of being a person, is right here. It's right here, in this moment, in the now, in the present, in what is. It's right here. The end of that illusion is right here. It's not in time, it's right here. It's immediate. In the spaces between these words, is the end of the person. Right here. This idea of I'm going to die in the future is not true. It's right here. It's right here. in the space, but it's also what's appearing. So the computer humming is also it. The sensation of the bum on the seat and the feet on the floor and the clothes touching the skin is also it. That illusion that's appearing, claiming and owning what's happening, claiming to be the listener and the seer and the doer, that illusory person, that illusory position of a somebody isn't true. It isn't a reality. It's just an appearance appearing, claiming to be something, claiming to have a reality, claiming to exist as someone, as something in this, aware of this. But really, in reality, there's just what's happening. There's just appearances happening, forms happening. Life is happening. This is happening. But when that illusion's playing as a reality, it's making it seem divided, because it's appearing, claiming to be in a position, claiming to be here as the witnesser of everything else. It's creating seeming division, creating a me here and everything else too. And with that sense of two, I'm separate from everything else. I exist as something apart from other things. Then it feels uncomfortable and unsatisfactory being something. And so it's, as that separate person, is looking for the end of that, for the end of that suffering. It doesn't even know it's doing that, or it doesn't even know it's suffering half of the time. But there's an underlying sense of dissatisfaction, of not enough, of something's wrong, of I need something. And so it's looking for things to take in, to claim, to make it feel whole, make it feel better. When that illusion's playing, it's gonna, then there's suffering, and then seeking to end that suffering. And so the brain's job, or the thought's job, becomes to try and complete that, try and find a solution to that suffering. That's its job then. The thoughts, the brain, whatever you want to call it, that it becomes its job, its mission, to find that completion, to work out the problem and to find the solution, understand the problem and find the solution to that problem. And it looks in everything, in relationships, in success, career, friends, whatever it is. It looks for that in ideas, in philosophy, in religions, in non-duality. It's looking for something to end that sense of incompleteness, looking for that love to then feel whole. And that isn't bad or wrong. It's really impersonal. It's just a pointing out of what happened in the human, what's playing out in the human when that separation is there. And what is being spoken of, it is not that that person finds something to feel whole. It doesn't find something in its pursuit to feel. It doesn't find that answer to that. It never finds fulfillment. That illusion can't ever find fulfillment. Not in anything. Relationships, career. Even when you make it and you're a Hollywood star, you won't find completion in it. We've seen it. We've seen stars depressed, addicted, unhappy. They have it all on the form level. They have what we're told is it. Money, the popular, whatever it is, they've got it. And many of them are depressed and suicidal because that person can never find fulfillment in form, can never find it at all. It can't find it. Even in religion or non-duality, you can't find fulfillment. The person will never find it in anything. So what I'm talking about in this message is that that fulfillment can't be found, but yet it is. It can't be found as a thing because it isn't a thing to be found. We're told it's in things, but it's not a thing. That fulfillment is everything. That fulfillment is all that there is. In every thought, every movement, every object, every form, it is that fulfillment. Everything is. But while there's a seeker and a looker that's looking for something specifically to fulfill it, then that's what's playing out. But it will never be it. This is it. This is it. But it's not a thing. That seeking has to play out. It has to seek and play out. But this is just a continuous pointing to what you're really looking for. This is it. This isn't a divided reality. It's whole. There isn't something separate out there. There isn't an out there. This is whole. It's all appearing in you, as you. You aren't a separate person here. You aren't. There's just this wholeness. That's what you are. I know it's so contradictory, but it's beautiful. There isn't a you, but you are this. You are everything. That's all there is. You, or everything. This. And that person saying, what, she means me, is appearing in this. That sense of you is appearing in this. It's appearing in that you I'm talking about. Not the you, the personal you. That's appearing in this. That's an appearance. It's not a reality. It's not the background. It's claiming to be the background of this. And it's not. It's an appearance in this. Like a cloud or a cup. It's not true. Hi, Lee. Yes, beautiful. Hi, Casper. Oh, hi, Casper. The first time to see you live. Hi, Paul. No. Mm-hmm. Hi, Seventh. Do you want to Skype now, or you mean private? Let me. What time was that? 4. So yeah, you're free to ask questions, send questions in, or call. Bum, 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 bum. Sang a beautiful song today in my lesson. Radiohead. Oh, I love Radiohead so much. So nice. I would sing it, but I don't feel confident enough to sing it. Oh, someone's calling. I don't hear the call. Ah, sing it, Paul saying, sing it. Hi, Lee.
Hello.
Your glasses. Oh, hang on.
What's that?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Does my picture look clear?
It's very clear, yeah.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I had to get a new phone because the other one stopped working. The one I just got.
Oh, this is a new phone.
Yeah.
Second new phone. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a lot better.
It does seem
Very
to be,
clear.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
Nice. Yeah, so I was thinking, I couldn't be bothered to text it all. I had to write it all out.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just wanted to ask you this question because I was walking along today and I was just feeling like, okay, I'm walking along. This body's walking along and it's seeing the view from this body keeps changing, which makes it feel like there's someone in this body, as if you were sitting inside something. You know, when you're in a car, you go along in the car and you see different images changing.
Yeah.
And so walking along, it's very difficult not to feel like there's something in this body looking out of the eyes as the scene goes along, changes. And I was wondering, does that make sense?
Hang on.
I was wondering what's your experience of walking along? I mean, is it the same as mine?
walking along. So, walking along. Well, there's just like what's appearing.
Yeah.
So I can only use language to describe and name things like wall, lamp, curtain, computer, door,
Yeah.
kitchen, living room. So but that's just a label of what's being seen or what's appearing. So there's just what's appearing. Let's call it images or pictures appearing. Apparently the brain interprets. Apparently your eyes see flat and then your brain interprets it and flips it back or something. I don't know how it works, but the brain seems to be involved in seeing, I think, interpreting what the eyes are seeing or projecting.
Yeah.
But it's just that appearing. So there's just what's appearing.
Yeah, I can understand that. What about you in it? If you're walking along and you're thinking, there's this body walking along, and say that you're thinking about something at the same time.
Yeah.
So you'll be walking along and there'll be these thoughts.
Then thoughts are appearing, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that just, yeah.
But that's just it. There's just thoughts appearing and images appearing.
Yeah.
But the person then claims that to be me seeing it and me thinking those thoughts. There's a position in that somewhere.
Yes, that's true.
It feels as if you're here and the seeing is out there, something's being seen out there.
Yeah.
And thoughts appear and I'm thinking, but science shows that you don't see. What does science say? Like you see a flat thing and then the brain interprets it and flips it around and gives it color, and it's just light, reflections of light. So we don't really know what we're seeing. It's just appearing, and then there's just labels. We give labels to things through our learning, which isn't wrong or bad. It's just how it happens. It's just labeling happening, and what's appearing. But like, what are you really asking? Like, what's the? Are you saying, is it okay? Is what's happening here? Like, is this it?
Well, in some way, I feel like I'm very happy with this as it is. It just feels a bit confusing sometimes when I become aware, when the thoughts start thinking, yes, but you know, I'm experiencing walking down the street, but Rebekah's not experiencing that at the same time. So there seems to be a difference between what that body's experiencing and what this body's experiencing.
But isn't that? Can't you see how that's so clearly like an idea of Rebekah, and what Rebekah's is so clearly a thought and an idea appearing?
But maybe I can't see that clearly, because I sort of could. I kind of talk myself into it.
Yeah.
But then I still think.
Yeah. It feels real. Like, yeah, it feels real.
But okay, if there's nobody in it, if there's no actual real person in it, in this body and that body, that's fine. But there are still two separate bodies experiencing two separate things, and for some reason that seems a problem.
Yeah, but is that a reality? How do you know that's true? Tell me how you know how that's a truth to you. Like right now, how do you know that's true?
Well, I don't directly experience it, because my direct experience is just one thing.
Okay.
So it's an intellectual idea, I suppose. It feels like it's kind of based on evidence or science that you have a life different from my life.
But where's that? Yeah. But is that a truth other than an idea? Something you've read or heard, or is that the reality?
Well, I'm just saying that we're two separate bodies. I mean, what you're right. If you look behind the screen where you're looking, you can see a wall that I can't see. So these two bodies are seeing two different things.
If I look if I look at the wall, and you can't see the wall.
I can't see that wall that you're looking at, but you can tell me, yes, there's a wall there and it's such and such a colour.
Yeah.
And I can't see it. So that to me seems like evidence.
Evidence of
that these two bodies are experiencing different things.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't know why that seems like a problem.
Yeah. Because it seems to confirm that there is two different people, that you're here and that I'm over there. It seems to confirm that there is two. Yeah.
There are though, aren't there?
Well, like I can, like, in thought, there can be an imagination or a thought of Lee in his house, and on his wall, and his whatever bed, his room, his living room. But that can only exist as an imagination. It's so clearly seen. It's only an imagination appearing. It isn't a reality.
Yeah, it's not a direct experience.
But thought will say, yes, it exists over there somewhere. Believe it, it's a truth. But actually, that's only a thought appearing.
But then can't you prove that thought by going there?
No, because if the body went to Lee's house, there would just be that wall and that room and that chair and that table. And then I can imagine Rebekah's home. But that wouldn't be real anymore. It would be an imagination again.
Yeah. So when you say not real,
it doesn't exist other than in imagination. It only lives in that. Sorry, go on.
What I interpret that as is you saying that what's actually happening is just what's happening. It's like direct experience.
The actual experience, yeah.
Yeah, but there's more than just your direct experience, isn't there? You know in your mind that if you walk into a different room, you'll see, a sink or something.
Yeah.
You think that, and then you can do it. So,
yeah, but that only lives in thought.
Yes.
It's not a reality anymore. Before, that seemed to be really real. There was another room next door. I could imagine it, and I believed that thought to be a reality. It was existing independent of me thinking. It was there. The garden was really there. I couldn't see it, but it lived. It was real outside of my awareness. It lived there. But that's no longer reality here. It's only an appearing as a thought and a picture. It's no longer real anymore.
Why is it not real just because it's not in your immediate direct experience? Why does that mean it's not real? Is that just your definition of what real is?
It doesn't exist. It only exists as a picture.
Yeah, at the moment it does.
How do you mean at the moment it does? So if everybody went outside to the garden or to the kitchen, this wouldn't be real anymore. This would be only a picture.
Yeah.
It can only be what is.
Yes, I get that.
It can only be what is happening. But the person lives in that imagination. It only lives in that thought, in that picture of itself. I am real because I exist in my imagination. And the same for the world, and others exist only in imagination. It's believed to be so true. There really is a world out there. There really is an other in that body over there. It feels so true when that person's there. That position of me here. It's a dream. It's living in what could be rather than what actually is appearing right now. It lives in that dream reality of images and pictures and ideas.
Right. So it's pretending that, are you saying that it's kind of pretending or fallen into thinking somehow that instead of it just being a thought, just an imagined reality, that there's a room next to me,
Yeah.
that it's somehow making more of it, like it's thinking that is actually real now.
It's not thinking that, but when that dream you is real, when that image of you is real, as a real, it feels as if it exists here, then it goes together with there being a reality in that. It's part of it. It's a dream. So that idea of you is a dream. It isn't actually an actual experience here. It's an idea of a someone,
Yeah.
of a me. And so along with that comes the idea of the world, and everything else becomes real. So it lives in that. It is that. It's made up of that dream stuff.
Yeah.
So it can't really see this. It's going to always be living and contained in that dream.
Yeah.
It can't unlearn that. It is that dream. It can't not be dream.
Yeah.
So it hasn't like misinterpreted or misthought. It's just it's from that dream world. It doesn't. It can't live beyond that dream. That's how it exists, in that dream.
Yeah.
So it can't learn this and wake up. It can't. It's a dream. It doesn't exist. Like the world, like others, like next door, it doesn't exist. It only lives in that dream.
So okay, I think I get it. You're thinking he obviously doesn't already understand.
Thanks for the call, Lee. It's nice to talk to you. Bye. Bye. That's cool. I get so passionate. I'm like, I get so excited. No. Oh, okay. You can call now. You can call now. I'll let her call when she's ready. Oh. Okay, she's calling. Oh. Hi, Seventh. Wow, I've seen you for ages.
Missed you so much.
Hi. Wow. Are you still living in? Did you move in the end? You're going to move to, where was it? India or somewhere? Polynesia or somewhere?
Yeah, I went to Bali.
Oh, Bali. Okay, you went.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I stayed for a month. Now I'm back in Turkey right now.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. How is everything with you?
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Yeah. I missed your home, by the way.
You missed my home. Yeah. Oh. You know that I'm live, don't you? I'm streaming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was watching you.
Right.
I was watching your video about having suicidal thoughts and everything the other day.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's tricky. I was having like deep dark feelings for the last 2-3 weeks maybe.
Okay.
And I wanted to ask you how it is relevant to awakening to have these suicidal thoughts and positive feelings at the same time in a day, you know. In the morning I feel different. 2 hours later I feel different. 2 hours later I feel different.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going crazy with my emotional world and
yeah.
At some point everything feels okay. Then everything is crushing down, crumbling, and I'm sitting on the same couch, by the way. When I'm having these experiences at the same time.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I mean,
what are the thoughts when it's going down? What's the kind of thoughts saying? Why is it going into?
I mean, what's the point? What's the point of existing? To being here, like self-hatred and deep dark feelings, and then 2 hours later everything is fine, it's smooth, like, and I'm okay with everything. Then having suicidal thoughts again. And I can just feel it in my body, you know, in my belly, in the torso.
So nothing happens like physically, like beforehand, to make that feeling sort of start. Like nothing happen. Like you don't get, haven't lost a partner or a job, or nothing's happened to create.
Yeah, I think there's some sort of uncertainty going on.
Somewhat, sorry?
There is some sort of uncertainty going on, not knowing what's coming next, what I'm gonna do, what's the purpose, what's my life purpose, and not having a job or not having a partner.
When it's high and happy, what kind of thoughts is it happy about? Why is it positive and happy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because nothing is going on in my
Yeah. It's just the negative stuff's not there, not playing. The negative, what's the point? Why am I here? That isn't there. So there's just freedom and just happiness and just joy and natural, for no reason, just joy and just peace and contentment. Yeah.
And I don't know how I experience these two different realities in the same day, you know?
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't feel any kind of problem. I don't feel anything coming up or anything. I don't. Yeah. If you call when there's like negative kind of feeling happening, then maybe, you know, be more of a response coming, but
So is it like, am I experiencing something, like, is it any truth in my negative emotions and thoughts, or is it just, I mean, I don't know if I'm making them up, or are they just playing out?
Yeah.
Like, is there any truth to?
Yeah. Well, there can't be any truth to a thought.
Yeah.
I mean, there can be like a relative truth, but they're not actually true. They're just a description happening, a thought happening. But there seems to be energy believing in them, like claiming them and believing them to be true. Suffering.
Yeah, and comparing my situation to, because some things pop up, like I should have done something else other than sitting on this couch. I should rather be there. I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be doing this or that.
Yeah.
You know? And
yeah. But the question is, like, is that true? Like, who's Who's it talking about? It's saying I shouldn't be doing this, I shouldn't be. Who's it talking about? Who are these thoughts talking about? Who are they referring to? It's felt to be a me in here, but it's who are they referring to? Is there somebody behind those thoughts?
Yeah, it feels like I'm talking about myself to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's just an exploration that happens as to who is experiencing this. Is there really somebody here experiencing these appearances? And at one point here, it seemed to be, yes, there seemed to be me experiencing this. There was a position here. It really felt that way. It felt that way. And it felt restricted and contracted and limited to this form.
Yeah, it feels so true when it's happening.
Yeah.
It feels so real.
Yeah, yeah.
When it's happening. Thank you so much, Rebekah.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's nice to speak to you and see you.
Yeah.
Oh. Thanks for calling in. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Bye. Bye. Oh. Oh no, I've got a high pitched laugh. I think someone thanking you for calling it in. Yeah. So what you're looking for, the freedom you're looking for, is not moving. It's not escaping this, escaping what's happening and moving away or out of this. It's really more of a going in. It's more of a going in. You can say, yeah, there's no in, there's no out, but it's more of a going in. It's more of a, it's not an escaping. The seeker wants to escape this. And it runs to ideas and concepts and thoughts to try and escape this. Use other thoughts, higher thoughts, better thoughts, non-dual thoughts to escape this, what's happening, the sensations of what's happening. If they're painful, wants to escape it and say there's no one there, there's no one to escape the raw sensations, the raw discomfort of what's happening. This is raw, full-on life, not an escape from life. It's raw, full-on life, all of it. And this is the freedom. Thank you so much for joining, and I'm back on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. So you're free to join then and call in then. So thank you for the calls and thank you for joining. Bye.